Who's Harry? Oh, sure.
Where's Junior? Mhm.
Wait. Let me start.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, I'm recording. Started.
I would like to say something about it. So interaction design. Okay, I'm just gonna read what it is already written there. So interaction design is a critical aspect of creating a digital product, focusing on how users engage with the product interface and other digital tools. And its purpose is to make the engagement intuitive and enjoyable, so the user can enjoy using the system. So yeah, anyone else can continue from there.
Sure. That's what you call interaction what? Design. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So for the sake of Junior, who said he's not getting an audio, maybe let me just Junior, are you listening? You can able to listen. You can hear us now? Let me just communicate with Junior now. Okay, Junior saying there's no audio. He's saying there's no audio. He can't hear us. Okay, let me just check. The problem might be here. Okay. But you all guys, you can hear me, ne? Other guys. Ona?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Junior, isn't it the problem with Junior? Okay, let's see. What is he saying? Okay. Oh, no audio mic on Junior. No, Junior, check on your mic. Check on your mic, like on top there. Why isn't that admit? Okay. Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah, now there's the sound, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. That's good. So we just said like let's just begin. Like this is like our presentation slides, right? We're gonna discuss about we're gonna do the presentation about human computer interaction. So this is our group discussion. So what I'm gonna tackle in this presentation is how can we identify the system with poor interaction design, right? And what measures can be designed and implemented in converting it into a good interaction. So that's when we say like on the second slide, it includes our credentials, the students who did participate in this one, in this presentation. Then we're gonna move on to what is interaction design. As it was said by Jones, he said that interaction design is a critical aspect of creating a digital products, focusing on how users engage with the product interface and other digital tools, right? Then its purpose is to make the engagement intuitive and enjoyable. Intuitive, it only means that understandable, right? Then yes. Can I proceed? Junior, you want to say something?
No.
Okay. So let us proceed to
I'm gonna just add. Okay, I'm just gonna add like five stuff or four stuff that must be in a good design, in a good interaction design. It must be easy to use. It must have it must have efficiency. It must be efficient. It must be accessible, and it must be inclusive to everyone.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all.
Because even on our project on this iTask activity of our presentation, we asked that in our solution we have to include inclusive and accessibility, like what Una said, right? So now let us go on. How can you identify the system with poor interaction design? Then we all say that system with poor interaction design is not enjoyable or user-friendly. It does not include all people with interest in using it. Anything that you wanna add, guys, on how can we identify a system with poor interaction design?
Well, you can identify poor interaction design by first of all going into the system, right? Let's take our example that we're gonna be using this project, the Sapa Foreign website. When you go in there on the laptop, you can see everything like displayed properly, like where you can put your identity, your Gmail, and like where you can log in, basically. But on the phone, the design is very like not really visible because we cannot see where to put our details and where to put our password. So for someone who doesn't know how to use that system, can be really confused about it. So yeah, I think that's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Ona, would you like to add anything on a system with poor interaction design, Junior?
Yeah, like as I said before, a system with poor interaction design has unnecessary questions and what this mean error messages when you're trying to fill in the registration. For example, you can ask the name, ask the place of residence twice, but then there can be an error when you try to submit the form or filling it in to Microsoft Communications. And as I said before in the previous video, he said that dealing with the poor interaction design can only work on PC and can work terribly on phone. So like it only works well on specific devices. It doesn't include everyone. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let me proceed. Like this is the part. I just jump into the last part of the slide just to make use of the example that been given by Dioma about like the SAQA foreign evaluation. So SAQA is one of the board which focus on evaluating the it focuses on evaluating the what can I say, the qualifications of foreigners who didn't write or who didn't do their education in South Africa, but they are willing to proceed with their education in South Africa. For instance, let's say if you didn't write matric, for you to be able to study in South Africa, first thing first, you have to first convert your qualifications into a system that can be adaptable to matric or education system of South Africa. By doing so, you have to pass through the phase and the documentation of SAQA. So it is one of the most important websites for non-South African citizens who are willing to learn, to proceed with their learning or skills or education in South Africa. Like for instance, if you did write Cambridge, maybe you're from Britain, you write Cambridge, or you're from Zim, you wrote Zimsec. Like for I did write Zimsec. So I did pass through that phase on evaluating my qualifications, right? So this is the screen. The left one is the screen on what? When you're using a laptop, and this one is the screen when you're using a cell phone. The one when you're using a laptop or desktop, everything is shown clearly, right? And the text field for username or email and password, you can see it nicely. Login button, a new user or register, you can see it properly. But when it comes to cell phone or smartphone, here comes the complication. It frustrates the user. Why? Because it shows it like a notch saying that please fill in this field, which means that the text field is on top there, but you cannot see it because it is covered by the picture above there. I don't know what is it. Was it a poor design or what? So that's how we can admit that there is a poor interaction design on the website of SAQA. So let's go back to our slide number 3. Like we said, how can you identify a system with a poor interaction? Then the other point is said it is difficult to access and it frustrates users on how to navigate it. Like for instance, this one, it frustrates because you can see that there's a text. You can see the note requires a user to punch the username, but the text field is invisible. You cannot see it. So it normally frustrates the user. So for SAQA, we're gonna use it as our example for poor interaction design. So we can move on to another slide, right? The another slide, the entities is like the example of existing system with poor interaction. So we all agreed that we're gonna choose what? SAQA website. Ne? Then we mention about the problem. What are the problems of using that system? The username and password field are not visible on smartphones. It excludes the users it excludes the smartphone users, ne? At the expense of the ones who are using laptop or desktop. The other point is said users cannot enter their login details because the text field you cannot see it. Ne? So if you fail to pass the level of authentication, hence you might not be able to, you might not proceed to other stages on registering or evaluating your documents. Then you said the login page only works out on laptop or desktop, right? Then here's the reason. Why is it poor? We identified that. We said this example, we suggest that it's poor. Then how do we support our answer that this system or the website of SAQA, it has a poor interaction, ne? Then at first we emphasize on inclusive and accessibility. When we say inclusive, it means that it includes all users with. Okay, Isaac is asking. Let me just respond him just quick. Okay, sorry guys, let me just respond as a quick. Yeah, he's lacking it. Okay. Yo, it's late, bro. So we're saying inclusiveness and accessibility. What can we say about accessibility when it comes to human-computer interaction?
The system must be available at all the time. So the user, whenever the user wants to use the system, can just access it.
Yeah.
So availability 24/7, like all the time. The system must be up.
Okay. Anyone else, Ona? Anything to say about accessibility?
Okay, I'm just gonna add 3 points. The homepage may have small font sizes. It makes some information difficult to read, especially for users with visual impairments. Text-heavy, there are text-heavy pages that can be overwhelming and difficult for users with learning or cognitive disabilities. It may have low contrast in some sections, may make text harder to read or understand. Yeah.
Okay, sure. But we're asking accessibility. What do we what can we all say about accessibility?
Accessibility is the word access.
Yeah, granting access.
Is access. So we can work on that.
So I can just say accessibility, you can just say it's something, a system must be not complicated when you need to access just it mustn't be complicated to get to it or to navigate to the system or to the website. It must be easy regarding on whatever I'm using. I can access the website or the system.
The goal is to ensure that all users can access information and complete tasks easily, regardless of the physical, sensory, and cognitive abilities.
Yeah.
It's inclusive of everyone. Includes everyone.
Yeah. Even if you do have cell phone or you don't have cell phone, you can easily access it. You can easily access. You can use the system the same way the one who's using desktop or a cell phone. If I'm using a cell phone, the functionalities. I'm saying the functionality. Okay, the functionalities of the system on a cell phone must be the same as the functionalities of the system on a laptop. It have to be it have to be equal. That's accessibility. And it also have to include people who do have laptop or desktop or people with cell phone or tablet, or we have to access or use the system equivalently regardless of what Isaac is in. So what's up, Isaac? Okay, you catch up, it's fine. Right, so that's it. Then now we are moving on what we mentioned accessibility and inclusivity. So on accessibility, this is where we say hidden login fields makes it difficult for user who rely on assistive technology I don't know this term assistive means. Okay, let's keep it like that. Then let's say smart screens are not properly supported. So if you do have smartphone, you cannot access the system. You cannot benefit the functionalities of the system 100% compared to the one who do have a desktop or laptop. Right. Point number 3, users may become confused because they cannot find where to enter their details. Yeah. Create confusion on users because you can't what? Okay, sure. That's it. Then we go to anything to add on accessibility, or now already add a lot. So here comes the problem. We identified that the system does have a poor interaction design. Yeah, we explained what is poor interaction design. We come up with a relevant example. Okay, as I say, can't hear us. Nice. Let me just anyone can proceed to the next point. I just wanna check the text of Isaac, like on how we're gonna propose the improvement of the system.
If we go out of the recording, it's not gonna be showing. So it has to be one person showing the recording, like the slide.
Okay.
So if you go out there and if someone else is trying to show the slides, it's not gonna record properly.
It's not gonna record properly.
Yeah.
So let me just do like this. Junior, how did you fix your team? Because you're complaining about sound as well.
Yeah, no, I used the team on the old version. I just set the application on the PC, so I'm using one on the PC. It's much easier.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me just text you and try to use the website, not the application. Okay. We just hear what is he gonna say. That's fine. Then so guys, like I said, we did identify the what are the features of a system with a poor interaction. We come up with an example. We identify. We suggest why is it poor on inclusive and accessibility of the system. Now we are on a slide of how to improve interaction design of the system. So we said we propose improvements on improving the interaction of the SAQA website. How do we make use? How are we gonna do it? So we said make the website responsive so it works on phones and computers. That's the first step, right? Then the other thing we said display the username and password field correctly on all screen size. This point only try to mention that the screen size of both laptop and smartphones have to be correctly in sizes, right? And include a show password option. Yeah, that's the thing. Use high color contrast and readable font sizes. Add clear label for username and password. That's all of it, right? Do you want to add any points on like what do we have to propose on improving the website of SAQA? Yeah.
I'm just gonna add 4 points.
Yeah.
So the first point I'm gonna add is we can simplify the navigation tab by organizing information into clear categories and reducing clutter on each page. We can add a step-by-step application process so users know exactly what to do from start to finish, like instructions on how they can navigate the page and where to find the things they need at that moment. We can include a process bar to show users how much of the application they have completed, like their progress, like where they have gone to the tab from tab to tab. Use larger buttons and clearer labels, so important actions like apply or upload documents are easier to find, so that they don't have to like get confused from where to click, which button, and where to go. So, yeah, that's all.
Okay, thanks a lot, Una. That all add up and they make the presentation bring more punch. And anything anyone likes to add on? Diom Junior, anything to say?
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is about the system lagging, taking long to load, and if the system takes long to load, the user might not feel comfortable. It's gonna get frustrated, like you said, and it could not properly use the system.
Yeah.
So we have to improve that.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you, guys. Anything to add on as well? Or we can proceed to conclusion? Okay, I guess we have to proceed to conclusion. So, on our conclusion, users can log in successfully on any device. Yes, it says on its own, no need of addition. The website become more user-friendly if we implement the proposed improvements, right? Then it supports inclusive by allowing everyone to access the service regardless of device they use. Yeah, it's easy, this one. It improves accessibility by making the login page easier to use for people with disabilities and those using assistive technologies. Una, there was a time that you mentioned about adding like other languages, like Una. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I said there was you had another point about proposed improvements. You said what about languages? So that it will be accessible to like to others who are not good, or who use other languages expect for English. You said you can add other options for languages, right?
Yeah.
Also, you can add another option for languages, like the user which language you might want to use, because this system wanted to interact equivalently to every human or everyone with interest in it. So I think that's all. I think everything is done. Any questions? Anything that we need to add on, guys? I'm hungry, yo. Yeah. 100 meters. So this is the last slide of what we're explaining about. This one is a desktop screen and this one is a mobile phone screen. We can all see like it is more easier to use when you're a laptop user or a desktop user compared to someone who uses a cell phone, because the system, it doesn't interact friendly, doesn't interact effectively on someone using a mobile phone. But if you're using a desktop, your size is big, it supports the bigger this big sizes compared to smaller sizes. So that's how we conclude our presentation. Okay, can we stop now and call it a presentation? Or anything to add on? That's all right?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, sure. Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.